Well, I'm back with another book. I forgot who gave me this one. And this one is all about how to do storyboards for animation. And this one is by Bob Singer, one of the great classic animation designers, storyboard artists. Worked in many different studios. And it looks like he had a small publisher print this up. And somebody gave me a copy. I guess it used to be in the library and somebody Xeroxed it. Introduction to Art Scott. I remember meeting him back in 1979. He was an animator, producer. And another book that goes through the history of animation. Where did animation come from? How did it start? And there's Felix, Mickey, He's a Liar, Skeleton Dance. And now we get to, where did storyboards come from? They seem to have started at the Disney studio, but every studio adopted them after that. And now we go into what is a storyboard. There's Little Nemo from Winsor McCay, and how they seem to be comic strips. This is how storyboards for motion pictures are done. D.W. Griffith. And now it breaks down all the different shots: long shot, establishing shot, full shot where you see the whole body of the character, medium shot, which is usually waist up, and close up, which is usually a head shot. And now it goes into explaining camera moves. Pan the background to make the car look like it's moving. You pan from this side to show the camera is kind of moving like that, to show two different pieces of background. Tilt shot to make it look like someone's going downhill. Diagonal pan up, diagonal pan down. Get from something way up high down to something low on the ground. A zip pan showing speed. Vertical pan. Truck in, truck out. Transitions of cross dissolve, fade in, fade out. Continuity, very important. You don't want to have jump cuts. Staging, what staging means as a looking down on the stage. Making sure that you are going in the right direction. Screen direction counts. So many different things. There's Scooby and Shaggy and the monster. How to show vehicles that are moving, coming to camera. I wish I had had this back in 1996 when I was talking to a overseas studio guy, and he told me that I had a shot with people in a car, and then I had this shot of a guy talking, and a shot here of someone else talking, and the guy said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because your background's panning in two different directions in the same sequence." And I just thought, this guy's an idiot, and I don't need to ever listen to anything he has to say. And I never did see him again, so I guess he got fired. Anyway, there's more and more in this book about how to do animation storyboards that you need to know. See if you can find this online and download it. Here's some sample boards from different storyboard guys. Some of these people I've met. I met Floro back in Marvel. I met Dranko at the Tom Carter thing. Larry Houston I've known since Marvel. Singer I never actually met. Mitch, I knew him at a couple different studios. Toth, I never met him. Mobius, I might have met him once. And Will, I met back in Marvel days with Larry. So there's lots of sample boards here about how these guys do their boards. And you can learn a lot studying sample boards by different artists. There's a board by Dranko for Garfield. There's a Larry Houston board for, I don't even know what kind of show this is. Here's a Bob Singer board for something that looks like maybe it's Tom and Jerry Kids. Here's one by Mitch for Bobby's World. Here are the boards by Mobius, the great European science fiction artist. Will Mineo, another one of the great superhero guys. Alex Toth, one of the great comic book artists who also did animation. So like I said, see if you can find a copy of this online that you can download. Then a glossary of terms at the back. A list of studios. Hardly any of these are around anymore. I used to work at some of these studios. I used to work at Film Fair. I freelanced for H&B. Used to work at Marvel. I did one scene for Rick Reinert, I think, or two. I worked at Universal on Curious George. Worked for Disney. Worked for WB. Anyway, see if you can find this online and download it. It's called Storyboards by Bob Singer, one of the great animation artists. So until then, keep drawing and keep having fun.